Okay, so let's just jump straight in. We are going to start with where we ended in our lesson on Thursday last week. So Thursday last week, we only looked at graphs that went through the, sorry guys, I'm in the wrong graph. There we go. We only went through graphs that went through the y-axis. Okay, so this line over here, this dot is what I was talking about. So before I jump in any further, who can tell me what the equation is, what the normal equation is for a straight line graph? What would I write? It's going to start with y is equal to. Bunzo, yes. Tell me what this equation is going to be.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
The equation will be y is equals to mx plus c.
Beautiful. And while I have you on the line, can you tell me what that m stands for?
M stands for gradient and c stands for
Beautiful.
y-intercept.
Yes. And what is a y-intercept? Do you want me to move on to someone else to help out with that question?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for all your answers. That was great. Okay. Who thinks that they can help Funzo out here and tell us a little bit about what a y-intercept is? Bungu-sam. I always make up his name. Bungu-sam. It's fine. But it's because the surname is merged in there.
Yeah, it's because it's all put together in one.
The y-intercept is 3, ma'am.
Yes, it absolutely is 3. That's 100% what it is. Can you tell me what a y-intercept is there, though? What is a y-intercept?
The y-intercept is the line where the line crosses in the y line.
Yes, well done. Yes, guys, we are flying through this. Awesome. Okay, the y-intercept is where our line, so this is our straight line, okay? It's where that line crosses our y-axis. Okay, that's what our y-intercept is. Beautiful. One more question before I jump into this. How do I work out my gradient of a graph? How do I work out my gradient of a graph? What is the formula we use to find the gradient of a graph?
Let's go, my people. Sunday.
Yes, the Sunday. Talk to me and tell me good things.
I don't think this is right, but I think it's sorry, ma'am. What's your again?
So far, so good. M equals. I'll give you a hint. We're going to have a line, and we're going to have something at the top and something at the bottom.
Y squared.
Oh, so close. Okay, y2, and then minus.
Y1.
Yes, good. Over.
X2.
Yes.
Minus X1.
100%. Well done, Sunday. Nice job. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so far we know how to work out a gradient. We know what information is happening here. What would my coordinates be of this y-intercept over here? So what would my coordinates be? So I'm looking for something very specific here. What are my coordinates of my y-intercept? Funzo, can you tell me what my coordinates are?
I think it will be 0 and 3.
Excellent. Well done.
Yes.
0 and 3. Nice job.
Go.
Great. Okay. So now we're at this point where we have got the 0 and the 3, and we've got the -2 and the -1. And just to make our lives easier, we're going to label these as X's and Y's. Okay. So I'm going to say X1, Y1, X2, Y2. And that's where I'm going to stop helping you. Okay. So I want you to try and bring back, by the sounds of it, you remember everything we spoke about last week, which is awesome. I want you to try and bring all of that knowledge into one, and I want to know what my M is going to be, and I want to know what my C is going to be. So at the end, I want my full equation. So I want something, Y is equal to something, X plus something. That's what I want at the end. I see Unati's hand. I think that this is to answer. Let's just double check. Unati, are you wanting to answer this one for me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I keep your hand up. I'm going to mute you for a little bit. I'm just going to let people give it a try and then I'll come back to you. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. All right, guys. So try this at home. See if you can figure out what my M value is going to be. Think about what our C value is going to be, and see if you can figure out this equation.
It's go by people. Let's do this. Ooh, Precious also is like, yeah, Precious is that
Yeah,
to ask.
Phoebe. It's okay, Cynthia. Thanks for letting me know. Precious, I'm just going to double check that this isn't a question. Precious, do you have a question?
Okay, ma'am. I want to try this, and sorry,
okay.
I'm late.
No, it's okay that you're late, but don't panic. I've already promised Unati can do this one, but I love the enthusiasm. So get that hand shooting up in the next question for me, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Thank
You're in our next
you.
round, Precious.
Okay. All right. I'm going to give you guys 1 more minute, and then we are going to let Unati do this question for us. 1 more minute.
Bongiwe, are we done? Are we done, Bongiwe? Specific, I see you also. Kateho is like, I am so focused, ma'am.
I've got this.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, Unati, we are all yours. Take it away. What are we going to do?
Okay, ma'am. So the next step, you're going to say m equals to -1 minus 3
Good.
over -2 minus 0.
Good.
That's going to give you m equals to -4 divided by -2.
Good. So what does that make my m?
M equals to 2.
Good, because a negative and a negative is a positive, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. Excellent.
Done.
Okay. So what is my full equation going to be?
Y equals to 2x plus 3.
Yay! Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
nailing this.
How did we find this question, guys? Let me know how this question went. Hopefully we are finding it nice and easy, and it was like a nice, good win to start our day with. 10 out of 10, that is what I like to see. Yes. Letabo, how can I help?
Ma'am, how did you find the -3 and -0?
-3. Oh, okay. So, these we just labeled. So we labeled them as pairs, right? So we have x1 and y1 and x2 and y2. So when we put it into this formula over here, what we did was we said, well, our y2 is -1. That's that one over there. And then we minus our y1, which was 3. And at the bottom, we had our -2, and then we minus our x1, which was 0. Those are where those two numbers came from. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Okay, cool. You guys are smashing this. That's great. So what we're going to move on to from here is we're going to look at something just a slight bit more complicated. Not a lot, just a little bit. Okay, Ceciliano, yeah, how can I help?
Hi, ma'am. How are you doing?
Hi, very well, and you?
I'm just asking, is this the same like triangle Y over triangle X?
Yes, it's exactly the same.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Just wanted
No
to make sure.
problem. No problem. Okay, so we're going to look at something just slightly trickier. It's not a lot trickier, just a little bit trickier. Okay, so let's have a look at this one over here. What is different about this one compared to the last one? Who can see what's different about this one? What makes this line a little bit harder? Yeah, Unati, can you tell me what makes this a little bit tougher?
Ma'am, the y-intercept isn't exactly on the other line.
Yeah, we don't know what it is. The y-intercept hasn't been given it to us, which means we don't know what C is. So in this question, we knew that C, that guy over there, was just going to be 3. So it made our life nice and easy. But now the problem is we don't know what C is. C is something which we don't know. And so we have to do something a little bit different in order to find our full equation. So I'm going to talk you through this one nice and slow. I'm going to go through exactly what you need to do. And then I'm going to give you one to do by yourself. Okay. So while I'm going through this question, if there's things that don't make sense or you need a little bit of extra help, just let us know. Ask questions, put them in the chat if you're like stressing about them while I'm talking and you're worried that you're going to forget, just put them in the chat. I promise we'll see them. If I miss them, Yolanda will see them. You've got 4 eyes happening on that chat. Okay. Okay. Khumotso, yeah, can I help? Okay. All right. So the most important thing is we're still working with. Guys, I dropped so many things in like the space of about 10 seconds. I don't know if you heard any of that, but I like moved my foot and then it was just a fountain of things falling. But everything's okay. We're all fine. Okay. So,
on the line.
hi, can I help?
Hi, Umuto. I'm not sure.
Hi.
Hi. How can we help, Khumotso?
I don't understand those things.
The ones that we just did?
Yes, because I'm
That's
late.
okay. Okay, sweetheart, so don't panic. When you are feeling a little bit stressed about it, remember that all of our lessons are recorded. So you can always go back and watch anything that you didn't get a chance to understand. And if you haven't seen this before, then feeling confused is very, very normal. And you shouldn't be stressed about it. I promise once you start looking at the video, things will make a lot more sense. But for today, just try and follow on as much as you can. Just do your best to follow on. Okay. Okay, so we're still trying to look for this equation y is equal to mx plus c. So we still need to find our m and we still need to find our c. These are the two things that we're looking for. We're looking for m and we're looking for c. Now in our last one, finding c was nice and easy. Now it's not as easy. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the same thing we looked at in the last question and we're going to look for m. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look for, first thing we're going to do is we are going to find m. And the way we find m is by using our equation. So m is equal to the change of y over the change of x. Okay, that's what that means. The change of y over the change of x. Now let's just look at what all of these are. This -3 over here is an x-intercept, which means its gradients are going to be -3 and 0. And the reason we know that is because it is an x-intercept. And we know it's an x-intercept because it is crossing our x-axis. Okay. Once we know our two sets of coordinates, sometimes it just helps to label them. Doesn't matter which ones are 1s and which ones are 2s, as long as you have a pair together. Okay. So I'm going to make that x1 and y1 and x2 and y2. Okay. All we do from there is we put it into our formula. So we say m is y2, which is 0, minus y1, which is 10, over x2, which is -3, minus x1, which is 2. So we're just putting it into that formula. Okay, so I have 0 minus 10, which is -10, and -3 minus 2, which is -5. So negative and a negative becomes a positive, and 10 divided by 5 gives me 2. So now I know it's 2. Yeah, so Liana, yes, there will be a 0 if there isn't another number over there. We just need to be careful. If it's an x-intercept, then our 0 would be our y value. And if it's a y-intercept, then our 0 would be our x value. So we got the 10 from this y1 value up here. That's where that 10 came from. Okay. So now we have our gradient. That's our first part. First part is just to get our gradient. So Katlego, you don't have to make the first one x1 and y1. You could have made it x2 and y2, and then the bottom ones can be x1 and y1. Doesn't matter. As long as you have your ones together and your twos together, it's totally fine. Okay, now this is the new thing that we have to do. So this is something we haven't seen before. Normally, we just get to put this number in over here as C, but we don't have it. So we have to do something different. So what we're going to do is we are going to do substitution. So the second thing we're going to do is we are going to find C, and we're going to do it using substitution. Okay. Now, when we use substitution, you can choose either one of these points. So you can use 2 and 10, or you can use -3 and 0. Doesn't matter. Any one is fine. So I'm going to choose to use 2 and 10. Okay. So let's put in the information we know so far. Right now, we know our equation is y is equal to 2, because our gradient is 2, x plus c. That's what we know at the moment. We know that this is x. We know that that is y. So we're going to substitute those values in. So we're going to say 10 is equal to 2 times 2 plus c. So 10 is equal to 2 times 2, which is 4, plus c. I'm going to move that 4 over. So 10 minus 4 is equal to c, which means c is equal to 6. And once we have m and we have c, we have our full equation. So our equation would be y is equal to 2x plus 6. Okay, because this is our gradient. That's what we found over here. And this is our y-intercept, which is what we found over here. So the 2 that's in the brackets, these values here, this, oh, let me use a different color so you can see it a little bit better. This 10 and this 2, they are these coordinates. That's my x value and my y value. That's my y value and my x value. Good, Brenda, I'm glad. Those of you who are feeling lost, if this is your very first lesson with straight line graphs, I can imagine this being extremely scary right now. Please don't panic. Remember, you can always watch the videos on watobe.co.za to catch up. Funzo, how can I help?
Ma'am, I want to ask a question. If we wanted to find C, can we use -3 and 0? Or is it
Absolutely.
a must to use 2 and 10?
No, you could 100% use -3 and 0. You will get the exact same answer.
Oh, okay, thank you, ma'am.
Sure, no problem. Ceciliano, yeah, how can I help?
Ma'am, can you put the 0 there by y2 in front of -3 also? Or is it now something else, ma'am?
Are you talking about over here?
Yes. No, not there. Yeah, by the graph, ma'am. Yeah, by the line.
Oh, this one's over here.
Yeah.
Yes, you're gonna
swap
yeah,
them?
you can definitely put those ones in.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
No problem. Orolele, how can I help?
Ma'am.
Hi.
How did you get the 2 in the bracket?
The 2 in the back. So that's 2. That's 2. I didn't get it from somewhere. It is this x value. That x value, because this is x, and this is x, and that's x. So all I did was I put that x value of 2 into that equation.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Sure. Lemiko, yeah, how can I help?
Ma'am, I wanted to ask, so this equation is the equation to find the value of C?
Yes, so this part over here, this whole yellow part, that's to find C. And we're doing all of this because we need to find this full equation at the end of the story. We need to have our M and we need to have our C.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sure. Okay. Unati, hello.
Ma'am, this is totally off topic, but I wanted to ask, like, when are we starting with geometry, like the properties of shapes?
Yeah, we start geometry
triangles.
next Tuesday.
Okay, ma'am. Ish.
It's soon. It's very, very soon. Precious, hello.
So, ma'am, normally in an exam, how much will this question be out of? Because in some exams, it will be out of 1.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right, Precious. In some exams, it'll be out of 1, and in some exams, it'll be out of 5. It's 100% up to the teacher. I know
Okay,
that's
ma'am.
not. I know that's not the answer you want to hear, but it's the truth.
No, ma'am, I'm saying because of when we're looking for the y-intercept, there are so many steps, and like most of the exams, they don't actually check the steps; they just want the answer. And then some of
Yeah.
them, they want you to explain everything.
So, like generally, for the most part, a question like this, where you've been given the y-intercept, that would probably be out of 2 marks. So you would get 1 for your M and 1 for your C. Normally, I'm saying most case scenario. This one, generally, I would say you would get 1 there, 1 for showing some kind of working, and 1 for C. So most of the time, I'd say it's out of 3 marks.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Sure. Okay, Ntando, how can I help?
Sorry, ma'am. Ma'am, doesn't it like give you a different answer when you like use the other coordinates, or does it give you the same answer?
Same answer. I'll show you. So if I use these coordinates, I would say 0 is equal to 2 times -3 plus C. So 0 is equal to -6 plus C, which means C is equal to 6.
Oh, okay. Thank you,
Okay.
ma'am.
No problem. Okay, last question, then I'm going to give you guys one to do by yourself. Komoto, how can I help?
Ma'am, where did you get those 2 in this on those brackets?
Where did I get what for you?
The 2 in the bracket.
The 2 in the bracket. Okay. This 2 in the bracket over here is this X value. All I'm doing is I'm substituting that X value into that equation.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And Maya, what you're saying is absolutely right. If it's out of 1 mark, then they're not wanting to see all of the working. They're just wanting you to get to the answer. It's mean though, because you have to do a lot of work to get there. Okay, let's try one by ourselves. Now, I want everyone to give this a go. Even if you're feeling hopelessly confused, I would like you to give this a go. I'm going to write a couple of helping steps on this question just while you're getting used to it. So I'm going to say that this is x1 and y1 and x2 and y2. I'm going to remind you that we're looking for the equation y equals mx plus c, and that we find m by looking at the change of y over the change of x. Okay, so I put quite a few things on the screen here to help you. See how it goes, try your best, and then we'll go through this one together. I think Precious is going to answer this one for us, but we'll see. MK, hi, how are you doing this evening?
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm awesome. Ma'am, I had a question. So,
yeah,
we had been doing what we were doing at my school, right? And what was in the textbook, like all along.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then, but like some weeks ago, we started geometry.
Okay.
So I wanted to ask: is geometry something that's coming up like later on, or is it something that we're not gonna do? Because my school has 2 textbooks, and right now we're using the geometry one. So maybe I was thinking when we're done with geometry, and then the next topic that's after that, I thought you guys would be doing it. So I'm just asking if.
Yeah, dramatic. We start geometry on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is our last week with straight line graphs, and then we go into geometry next week.
Okay, thank you, Mom.
No problem. Unati, is his hand up to answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm just gonna see if we have another brave soul who wants to give it a try. And if I don't see another hand, then I'll come back to you, I promise. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Let's see if anyone is feeling brave and wants to give this question a go. And remember, it doesn't matter if you get it wrong.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, guys. As long as we're here, we're gonna help you. And Unati, thank you. Thank you, girl. I think you're doing the most.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got Kaylee. Kaylee's a newbie and she's got that hand up. Hello, Kaylee.
Hello, ma'am.
Are you feeling brave? Yeah, I'm excited. Okay.
We're for you.
Yeah, talk us through what you think we should do, Kaylee.
The answers would be m equals 2.
Okay, so how did we get that m is equal to 2? What did you do in this equation?
I had -3 minus -3. M equals
Beautiful.
negative. And then over 2 minus -1.
Ah, okay. So that's, did you put that -1 in a bracket like that?
No, ma'am.
You fell for one of my traps, Kaylee. You're going to get to know them well. It's a very normal trap to fall into, though.
Okay, ma'am. And then I calculated that, and then I got -6/3, and I put that under the calculator, and I got m equals 2.
Nice. Okay, so I'm just going to put this in here. Yeah, that's good so far. So m is equal to -2. Great. Okay. I like that so far. Excellent, Kaylee. Nice. Okay. Where did you go to from there?
I stopped right there.
You stopped right there?
Yes, ma'am.
What about this lonely little sea there? What about that sea? Did you just leave that sea stranded in nowhere? Sure. Guys,
I'm for you.
Who's gonna help me? Kaylee has just left sea to die in a field alone somewhere. Who is gonna help me find sea?
Well done, girl.
Yeah,
At least
very
you
well
get
done,
to
Kaylee.
chew with
You
the
did a
M.
really good job over there. Okay, I see Precious. I see that hand has popped up here. Precious, how am I finding my C value?
So, ma'am, sorry, ma'am. Our C value, ma'am. How I done it?
Yeah.
I said it's going to be y is equals to -2x plus c.
Beautiful. And then what did
And
you
then
sub in?
I subbed in -1 and 3.
Okay, good. Okay, so what does my next line look like?
It's going to be 3 is equal to -2 brackets -1 plus c.
Beautiful. Okay, next line.
And then it's going to be 3 is equals to 2 plus c.
Good.
And then my next line is going to be 3 minus 2 is equal to c.
Good. So what does C equal?
1.
Good. Yes. So what is my full equation?
And it's going to be y is equal to -2x plus 1.
Woo! Yes. Nice job. Oh, I'm even giving you a bow tie, Precious. That's how excited I am about this. Nice job. Yeah, Sunday, I know Brian is coming up. Don't panic, okay? I can't just jump to Brian mid-question. Ceciliano, how can I help?
Ma'am, isn't it +6?
For this -3 and -3.
Yes, because a negative and a negative is a positive.
Oh, don't fall for that trap though, because a negative times a negative is a positive, but -3 minus 3 is going to give us -6.
Oh, Oh, I see now, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay, on that note, as called out by a Sunday, we are going to jump our way into some brain break situations. If you would like to take a screenshot of this question, please feel free. I'll leave it up here for a couple of seconds, and then we'll jump into a brain break, and then we will do some more questions like this one. Make sure that we're all doing well.
Shine, guys. Shine, shine, shine. You can do this. Just shine. Take your screenshots. Like you can copy. I see Bongiwe is like, yes, I have my phone to do that.
Camilla, multiple screenshots taken. Great. That's what I like. Don't panic, guys. I'm so proud of you. You're doing really, really nicely so far. Okay, let's jump down to Brian. Okay, so Brian, we've gone back to ones that we haven't done in a while. Thought it would be good to give your brains a bit of a try. So let's have a look. I would like to know what the answer to my question mark is. Let's see how they go.
We are on the Brian. Let's do this, guys. Whoa, why do I see crying faces over here?
Let's see how this goes. Not seeing the answer I want just yet. You can. It's not that hard. Giving up on me so quickly. So hurtful.
Brenda. Why is
I've given you way harder ones than this before.
Guys, you can do this.
Funzo, that is a lie. Brain hurts. Okay, so we're getting lots of answers that are coming in as 27. Do people agree? Do people disagree? I've got a 25, 78, sounding a little bit more in the arena I was thinking. Unasi, hello.
Ma'am, I'm not quite sure about my answer, but is it 78?
Okay. Well, can you tell us how you got there?
Okay, ma'am. So 14 plus 8 equals to 22.
Okay, so you saw that this has to be 14 because 14 times 20 gave you 280.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. Okay, and so then that means that this has to be 8 over here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So
And
what
then
does that mean the guy in our glasses is?
5.
Good. Okay, cool. Everything you've said so far is great. Cool. So let's get down to the bottom. So then what's going to be my double glassed person?
Ma'am, it's going to be 10 since there are 2 of them.
10. Good. Times
7 since there's only
Good.
1.
Good, because there's only one.
Done, let's see.
Ma'am,
Plus?
and then plus 8.
Yes. Good. So what is our answer?
78.
Yes.
Done.
Nice. Those of you who got 78, a big well done. You did awesome. You did awesome. Those of you who gave up, I'm going to haunt you this evening. As soon as you close your eyes, I'm going to scream math numbers at you. Tracy, you have to learn how to do new things, and that's when they become fun. Yes, Tabile, exactly. 20 times 5 will give you 100. Okay, I think I have one other sneaky one in here. Just so like it's a dingbat. It's a very short one.
Yes, I love those.
So this is a statement that people say. This is a statement that people say. Let's see if anyone can figure this one out. Oh, you're getting there. I mean, going is a good start. It's not the word I'm looking for. You're going to sleep? No.
I'm going to bed.
I'm going on. So close. Going to find milk.
Oh my word, guys.
No.
Y'all are funny. Going to school.
Guys,
What?
it is going to be 2 words, and the first word is definitely going.
I forgot the words. No.
Going live? No.
Mahlata might have an answer for us.
Okay, let's have a look. Maklase, can you give us the answer? Going full gun with the wind? No. Going nowhere? No. Yes, Karen! Karen got it.
Oh.
Yes. Going around. Something is going around.
Can you see? It's going with the route.
Because they're all in rounds and they are around. So it's
I thought it's going in circles though.
Going in circles is also, we could, if you had said going in circles, I would have 100% been fine with that, going in circles.
Yes, I'm just saying that doesn't make sense. It does.
It does make sense. It's like you always say something's going around. Maklase, yeah?
I think it's emotions.
Yes. Oh my goodness. No, not emotion. We left the emotion one last week. Going in circles, I feel, is a better fit. So if you had said going in circles, I would have been so much happier. But the one that I read said going around. But I think going in circles makes more sense. Okay, let's jump back into our maths, guys. No, Brighton, we have to go back into maths. Math. Okay. All right, let's give this one a go. So it's the same sort of idea. It's an equation, but now I want you guys to be able to do it a lot quicker. I'm not going to help you as much. The only thing I'm going to write on the board this time is y equals mx plus c. That's all I'm going to write this time. And now I need you to do everything in the middle. So I need you to find my m, then I need you to find my c.
We can do this, guys. Remember, we can do it. Ooh, gift. Is that a question?
Let's have a look. Gifts, can we help? Gift, you've just got to unmute your side.
Might be because it's by mistake. I'm not sure.
Yeah, might be. Hi, Gift.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, how can I help? Gift, I think it may be easier for you to write your question in the chat for us, if you don't mind, just because we're getting a lot of feedback coming through. If that's possible, that would be great. Makatse, can we help?
So the C stands for y-intercept, ne?
Exactly.
Okay. I wanted to ask me.
Is that what you wanted to find out?
Yes.
Okay, well, that is, you were 100% right. It definitely is the y-intercept. Oh, sorry.
Please do check your notes. Everyone who took screenshots, check your notes and then it will help you.
Brighton, can I help?
Yes, ma'am. When you do a question, can you solve it by using a table?
Yes, so the table method is easier when you're wanting to draw the graph, but if you're wanting to find the equation from the table, it's not necessarily the easiest thing to do.
Oh, So you draw it when you have
Yeah.
a graph.
So if they give you this equation and they want you to draw it, then the table is definitely your friend.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, no problem.
Oh
So many hands have popped up. Numaza, how can I help?
Sorry, ma'am. For my gradient, I got 8/3.
That's okay. You're allowed to get a fraction.
And then for my y-intercept, oh my gosh, what did I do?
Are you just being a little sneak and just trying to confirm that your answers are right here?
No. Like I actually worked it
Oh.
out. It's just no, ma'am. It's not like that.
I
Honestly,
feel like this is a very sneaky ninja move happening in here.
I worked it out, and then like I didn't write it down because like I tried just challenging myself, doing it like in my head. But for my gradient, for my gradient, I got 8/3. I got 8/3.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And then for my y-intercept, like I'm not sure if I should simplify it. Like I'm not sure if I should simplify it, or
Keep
if I
it
should
as a
just like
fraction.
carry on with the equation.
Definitely keep it as a fraction. As 100% keep it as a fraction. Nomado was just that kid who, in a test situation, puts his hand up and asks the teacher a question, which is like, is this what this question is asking? And then the teacher's in that situation like, do I tell them? Am I giving away the answer?
That's where she puts you in that situation.
Okay, Brenda, can I help? Brenda's hand's gone. Oh, okay. Adamo, can I help?
Yes, ma'am. I got -3/8. Is it correct?
I think you have mixed around your x's and your y's.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. No problem. Guys, I'm actually going to, I see all these hands and I love them, but I'm actually going to go through this one myself with you because it's a little bit nastier than the other ones. So I appreciate the hands. They're great. Those of them, the hands that are still up, if they still questions, please keep them up and I promise I'll deal with them by the end. Okay. So our first goal is we need to find our M. So I'm just going to label this X1, Y1, X2, Y2. You don't have to do that. That's just a step that I like to do because it helps us make sure we know what's going on. Okay. So M is equal to the change of Y over the change of X, which means M is equal to -4 minus 4 over -1 minus 2. Okay. So I get -8 over -3, and 2 negatives become a positive, so we get 8/3. Okay. Now, what happens in a test situation is we get a gradient of 8/3, and we think, oh, well, we've done something wrong. We can't get that answer. Did anyone get that and then panic and think, no, this has to be wrong? Did that happen to anyone here? Yeah. Okay, but remember, your math teachers are sneaky. They're so sneaky. They want to confuse you. They're trying to get you to sneak into their little traps. And one of their traps is fractions, because we know that if you get an answer that's a fraction, you're going to panic. Okay, and so when we get an answer that's a fraction, we don't panic. We think that's okay. My gradient is allowed to be a fraction. All right. So we're going to do exactly the same thing we did last time. We're just going to now put it into this equation with the fraction. So we're going to say y is equal to 8/3x plus c. You can substitute either one of these points in. I'm going to substitute in this 2 and the 4. Okay, so I'm going to sub in 2 and 4. So my y value is 4. My x value is 2 plus c. So 4 is equal to 16/3 plus c. If you were not working with your calculator, then you would want to get everything to have an LCD. If you are working with your calculator, then all you need to do is move it to the other side. Okay, so we can say 4 minus 16 over 3 is equal to C. Okay, and if we stick that into our calculator, so I want you to put that into your calculator exactly like that. So just write 4 minus 16 over 3. What do we land up getting? We should get a really nice, simple fraction answer. What did we land up getting? So just chuck it straight into your calculator like that. You don't need to make it stressful. We should get a nice answer, looking something like that. Yes, Rita, nice. Yes, Kiara. Ooh. I'm changing your name, Kiara. I'm changing you to a Kiara. Okay, so if you got a decimal number, it's just a statement that's in your calculator. It's not the end of the world, but when we're dealing with straight line graphs, we like to try and keep them as fractions. Exactly, Neo. If we push SD, it will change it from decimal to fraction. Beautiful, guys. That -4 over 3 is 100% right. Okay, so then when we get to this point, all we need to do is we need to write our whole equation. So we're going to say y is equal to 8 over 3x minus 4 over 3. So how did we get the 16? That's 16 over there. We got it because we multiplied this 8 by this 2. Again, that is something you could put into your calculator like that. So you could say 8 over 3 times 2. If you're not great with fractions and they were panicking you a little bit, use your calculators when you need to. Exactly. So when we're looking for a straight line, we're always going to be looking for y equals mx plus c. Okay, let me try and deal with some of these hands that I see that are up. Tabile, how can I help? Tabile, you just need to unmute on your side so that we can chat to you. Okay, while you figure that out, I'm going to move on to the next person so long. Sunday, can I help?
Yes, ma'am. I was asking there by m equals to -8 over 3, ma'am. If you leave the sum like that, will you get it wrong? Like,
I mean, technically no, because -8 over -3 is not wrong, but we always need to simplify something as far as possible, and those two negatives are going to make it a positive. So it really should look like this bottom one.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Sure, no problem. Okay. Unati, can I help?
Ma'am, I wanted to ask, like in a test, do you see the where you had to calculate the gradient? Would you get it wrong if I said 4 minus, then I put in a bracket -4, and then I got it as 4 plus 4.
No, that's fine. So you just did them the other way around. So you did 4 minus -4 over 2 minus -1.
Yes, ma'am.
Totally fine. 100% fine.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Sure. Komoto, hello. Not hello? Okay, guys, with your hands up, remember you also have to unmute from your side. I can't do all the work on this side.
You want us to swap so you can go to the next class?
Technically, Prince, hi. Guys, you gotta unmute. And let's try Libuyo.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
Ma'am, when do we have to sub in, ma'am?
Okay, so you only have to sub in if you haven't been given a y-intercept.
Yes, ma'am. Oh.
Okay.
So, ma'am, when we get a y-intercept, we don't have to sub in.
No, because we can just use that number as our C number.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sure, no problem.